Hey, everybody, this is Tim Hart, branch manager of VanDyk Mortgage. Thanks for joining us today. Episode of the Heartbeat Show podcast. I got my friend and fellow Edison professional networker, Vanessa Araya. Vanessa, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Doing good. I appreciate you joining me today. And I know you're with Outdoor Life Pros, right? You're a landscaping company. You guys do a ton of stuff. You and your husband, Marcos, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. But you have a side passion, Vanessa,
I
and it's
do.
leadership.
I do. I have it's called Impact Leadership. We do it at Freedom Church. We meet once a month, and it's just a place for people to come and share their ways of growing and learning and basically teaching people on how to impact their community, and also impacting the people that they work with, the people, their customers, their vendors. It's just a really good way to just show people how to lead and also have a safe place to come when they're having difficulties with their leading.
Yeah, and so you got Outdoor Life Pros. You have your company, and y'all do an amazing job and all that fun stuff with landscaping and almost anything to do with outdoors. But you somehow have found, and we're going to go over, three different ways. What do I call this? What am I calling this? Three different
ways to lead.
Three different ways to lead, and we will leave that in there, Vanessa. So just know that there's no editing going on here. Three different ways to lead. Sorry, but it seems like you may have like a unique journey where like you kind of found your passion here recently about leadership, right?
Yes.
Can you talk about that for a second?
So one of the things that got me into leadership is I started working at a fence company, and I got put in a position of a manager, and it just really showed the passion of learning about leading and reading books and doing seminars and just learning that there's more to just leading than just being a boss or just being a manager. It was about setting an influence and impacting people and how you can make a difference in their life rather than just telling them what to do and making sure that the machine is running, kind of thing. So I really got a real big heart for this, and it would just really impacted my life on how people had influenced me and impacted me, and I wanted to be able to make that same impact.
That's cool because a lot of people have these passions, like what you found through your job with leadership, and credit to you for stepping forward and starting your group about leadership and trying to help people that want to go to it and be a part of the community. So good job. Good job. So you ready to get into the three ways to lead?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, hit me. Listen, I need all the help I can get here, Vanessa. So I'm ready.
All right, so let's just jump into it. So okay. A lot of people, sometimes it's people think that they have to have this long resume, 40 years experience, or just having 100 different people underneath them, thinking that that's the only way they can be a leader. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. You can lead just one person, or you could lead 100 people, but it's all about your influence and impact of the people that you are around you. So one of the things that I have here that I kind of put together quick, easy, is just setting the bar. One of the things that we do is leading by example. It's the most important thing, is because it's how you conduct yourself when you're around people and how you handle situations. People are watching you, and they're seeing what you're doing and how you're handling it. And that's so important. And then people will be inspired and influenced to want to lead that same way. So setting the bar is definitely one of the ways to impact your leadership.
So on the setting the bar thing, you say that, I think on my kids a lot when, you mentioned they're always watching, like we don't realize, like with our kids, how much they're watching you, they're listening to you. I got one of my kids that'll hide behind the wall and listen to stuff, like a ninja. And it's the same thing with your employees, or the people that work for you or that are above you. Would you agree? Like they're just sitting there watching, and they're like, well, if he does that, I can do that, right? Or if he doesn't do that, I don't have to do it.
Exactly.
Is that what you mean by setting the bar?
Exactly. And just, your work ethics, exactly what you said. They're always listening, they're always watching. And if you're willing to just kind of step over the line just a little bit, then the coworkers and the people underneath you feel like that's where they need to be also. But if you're saying, no, we're not going to do it this way, we're going to do it the right way, and we're going to make things right by the people or your customers, all of your employees, they all see that, and you're setting an example, to be able, and you're setting the bar, the standard.
Yeah, well, and I think it's also, as a John Maxwell talks about the lid, the lid being like, where you at, like how high can you go, and like setting the bar kind of like just like the lid, like, hey, you're tapped out here, buddy, until you change, and then you can move it up some. So that's good stuff.
Yeah,
Like
that's really good.
setting the bar.
Setting the bar.
Okay.
You want to move to the next step?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. The next one is keeping it real. One of the biggest compliments you can get from somebody is if they tell you that, or they're talking to somebody else and they're telling you, look, that guy, how he is in the office is exactly how he is at home. There's no faking with him. That's one of the things, is just being real and being yourself, not playing pretend in front of people. I mean, being true to yourself and true to your employees and your coworkers, that's such a big deal in how you present yourself, present your company, present your branding. Everything that you do is so important for that. And so when people are saying like, that guy is the real deal, that's how he is, there's no faking with him, I think that's definitely setting another standard of good leadership.
Yeah, the keeping it real thing I do love as well, because I've been in sales, and I'm a firm believer we're all in sales, Vanessa. Like, I don't care what your job is, you're in some kind of sales, and my mindset on it has shifted over the years from like way heavy sales oriented to more value oriented, like marketing, like how do I provide value back to the marketplace and not just ask. And so the keeping the real thing, it kind of strikes a nerve as well, because there's so many times that we meet a salesperson and you see right through it, like that. We probably call them like a used car, no offense, used car salesmen here, but like that's the, what I mean? Like that's what you see through, right?
Yes, exactly. And
Yeah.
people can see
Yep.
if someone's true and real. And I think that's important, is when they kind of know your heart and hear that part of you, even something personal about you kind of open up. That's always good for people to hear.
Yeah. Well, and the other part is like I think when your team sees you in high pressure situations,
Yeah.
the high pressure situation or the down situations, like, business is really slow, and, what are we gonna do to get out of it? And, you're the person to lead the charge out, staying positive, etc. They don't forget that stuff. Like, I think that really leaves a mark on them for a long time.
Yeah, and also just kind of opening up and saying, look, this is a really stressful situation. I'm a little concerned about this, not giving too much information to your people, but also letting them know that you are human and that everything is not always okay, and that you do go through the stressful things.
I like it. So setting the bar, keeping it real, that's two. I know you said we got three ways
Yes.
to lead. Here comes the third.
So this is one of my absolute favorites. It's called valuing the people we lead. Why is it so important to value the people that we lead? Because everybody has value. They're not just robots, and we need to treat them like they're people, and that they have lives outside of work. You just also have to kind of like know what's going on. If you see someone that's not working like they normally do, something's going on, ask them, hey, what's going on? It's important that we treat people like people, and that, yes, there's a job that needs to get done, but taking 5 minutes to kind of hear what they're going through goes a long way. Making sure that when you're pouring into those people underneath you, because you're creating new leaders. And that's what's so important, is that we're supposed to be creating new leaders. And so you're pouring into those people, you're investing in them, you're giving them as much wisdom and guidance, you're giving them patience, and you're also allowing them to make decisions and lead on their own. So you're giving them these little tiny gold nuggets of leadership that they're able to just kind of grow in. And then you step back and you look and you've created another leader, which is awesome, because that's what our goal is to pour into the people under us or beside us or wherever they are in their walk of life. And you're just going to grow them, you're going to build them up, and you're going to encourage them and help them to be better at their job, in their personal life, wherever they are.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. You know, the one thing you hear a lot is why people leave jobs is they didn't feel like they were serving a purpose or they weren't appreciated. You know, like that's like, I think, don't quote me, but I mean, those are, you know, two of the top reasons. I'm sure pay comes into play, but, you know, serving a purpose and not feeling or appreciated.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. That's exactly what the statistics are. I don't have the numbers in front of me, like you said, but it's so important that the people know that they are valued, that they are important. They're not just another guy on the payroll that's just kind of making you more money, as they would say. It's
Yeah.
more about, you know, a relationship they're building and they're working towards something.
Love it. Love it. What would you suggest to give value back to your employees or coworkers? You got any suggestions?
Yeah, everybody has different ways of showing appreciation, whether you gift them with something or you're just encouraging them, letting them, taking the time to saying, good job, you did a really good job. Noticing the little things that they do, that's so important. We had a guy that always took the garbage out. He always emptied the garbage, and it was such a little tiny task, but it was, you know, thank you so much for taking the time to do that because nobody else would.
It
You
wasn't
know,
Troy, was it?
no. He did sometimes though.
Shout out to Troy. That's a good joke there. We got him.
So
But
anyways, it's just really good to notice the little things that people do. They always feel valued when you pay and appreciated when you notice those things. And just getting little tokens of appreciation, I always think it's always a good way of showing that.
yeah, I love it. That was awesome. Good job. Three ways to lead. And before we get into, I want to make sure we talk about your leadership group as well. I do want to say when I'm watching, you know, Vanessa and I are in a networking group together. That's how, you know, her husband, Marcos, and I and Vanessa, we've all kind of got to know each other. And so if you're watching this and you're, you know, looking to grow your business, we meet every Thursday mornings at Jason's Deli in Fort Myers. So, you know, come on by, get with myself or Vanessa. If you want to try to grow your business, we're always looking for new members, new businesses. And on top of that, Vanessa, why don't you let everyone know how they can hook up with your leadership monthly meeting that you have going on?
Yes, so we meet once a month. There's a Facebook group. I think the link will be attached to this, so they'll be able to just click on it and be able to go to it. And it has all of the dates in there. We're talking about different things. We have a little topic that we talk about each month. You won't want to miss this month. We have the next meeting coming up this Wednesday, December 8th at 7:15 a.m. At Freedom Church in Fort Myers. It's close to kind of off of Plantation. So if you want to come, we'd love to have you. And we have breakfast, a light breakfast served.
Yeah, nice. And every month you're going to have a guest, correct?
Yes, every month someone different will be speaking. Local business leaders that are coming and giving their own knowledge, their own information of whatever they feel is a good topic to talk about. So,
And it's free.
and it's free.
Cool. Cool. And then Outdoor Life Pros, how do they get in touch with you guys for that?
Yes, you can reach us at 239-207-0559 or at our website, outdoorlifepros.com. We handle everything from outdoor lifestyles of concrete repair, irrigation repairs. We do landscaping, landscape design. We can do it all, everything outdoors. So give us a call. We'd love to help you out and get you started with pavers, paver sealers, anything like that.
Very cool. And y'all do a great job. So they'll take good care of you. You're watching this. And so again, I'm a mortgage company. If you ever have any mortgage questions, concerns, I can ever help, give me a shout, 239-437-4278, website, timhartjr.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, do myself and Vanessa a favor, click like and subscribe to the channel. If you listen to the audio version, Spotify, iTunes, etc., subscribe. It helps. Please subscribe. Begging you. All right. So Vanessa, thanks again. I appreciate it, buddy. Everyone else out there, have a great day. Okay.
Thanks for the opportunity, Tim.
See you, bud. Thank you.
Bye.